Hey everyone, it's Pastor Phil Janish and welcome to our Sunday preparation meditation for this week. If you wanted to learn about Abraham Lincoln, what would you do? Well, one thing you could do is pick up a biography of his life. You know, after Abraham Lincoln was sadly assassinated after the Civil War, there was a huge demand for biographies. And one of the first biographies that was written by a guy named Josiah Holland. And what Josiah did was he traveled to Illinois and he interviewed people who knew Lincoln personally. And whenever you read a biography, you would hope that that's how they did their research, that they carefully investigated these things. If they lived in the time of the person, you would hope they would interview people who knew the person whose biography they were writing. If they lived after the fact, you hope that they carefully investigate all the primary sources, letters, diary entries, newspaper articles, things like that, so that you can know about this person. So how do we know about Abraham Lincoln? Well, people wrote about him, recorded all these historical events of his life. Well, what would you do if you wanted to know about Jesus? Well, do the same thing. Pick up a biography of his life. And we actually have 4 biographies of Jesus' life in the Bible. They're called the 4 Gospels. And it just so happens that today is the celebration of St. Luke the Evangelist, the 3rd Gospel. And that's actually rather convenient because this week in Bible study, we are going to resume our Bible study of the Gospel of Luke. And this, as I said, is the feast day, the celebration of St. Luke the Evangelist. And I just love how Luke starts his Gospel. He says this: "Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who from the first were eyewitnesses and servants of the word. Therefore, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, it seemed good also to me to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught." So Luke wrote us a biography. He carefully investigated the things about Jesus. He talked with eyewitnesses, and he wrote up an orderly account. Some scholars think he might have even interviewed the Virgin Mary because he provides such a detailed account of the birth of Jesus. So how do you know about Abraham Lincoln? Well, people wrote biographies after carefully investigating his life. How do we know about Jesus? Well, thankfully, God provided us with St. Luke the Evangelist, who wrote an orderly account carefully investigating these things so we could know about Jesus, so we could know with certainty the things that we have been taught, that Jesus lived, died, and rose so that we might be saved. Please come join us for Bible study as we study this biography that was written by St. Luke the Evangelist. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye.